going to do another video in my series of building the band, where I pick a song and show you how the various instruments come together to make that song, just like a simplified version. And today I've decided to choose the song Mr. E's Beautiful Blues by the Eels. And when I say that title, you probably you think you haven't got a clue what it is, but if you're around the early 2000s, the chances are you will have heard it. So yeah, it came out February the 14th, 2000. I've done a little bit of research of some of the things that were occurring at that time, and in the music charts it was All Saints were #1 with Pure Shores, that song off the beach with Leonardo DiCaprio, and nice to see Daphne and Celeste were in there too with that Ooh Stick You, Your Mama Too and Your Daddy. That was a personal favourite of mine. And sport wise, that month, February 2000, the League Cup final between Leicester City and Tranmere took place. Leicester won, and they were the last team to win the League Cup in the original Wembley Stadium. And a couple of things. Big Mouth Billy Bass, he was all the rage, which was basically the talking fish that sang along to Take Me to the River and Don't We Be Happy. And finally, the "What's Up" catchphrase, that was also very popular. Not so much with me, I don't think I'm bothered with that one. Yeah, Mort's just rushed in there, it's his 3rd birthday today, so I think he's probably a little bit excited. So here we go anyway. Okay, so as always I'm going to do the guitar first, and as I say every time, everything follows the same chord progression. And in this case, the chord progression is 2 beats on A, 2 beats on D, 2 beats on E, 2 beats on D. So it's A, D, D, E, E, D, D, A, D, D, E, D, D. And up to now, leading up to this point, I would have, at the beginning, I'd have played it as the open strings, A, D, D, E, D, D, and then I'd have added the 5th, which is 2 frets along the string down, A, D, D, E, D, D, A, D, D, E, D, D. Then I'd have introduced the octave, which is from the root note 2 frets along and 2 strings down, or the note below the 5th. So that's for the D, for the A chord, sorry. And then on the D, you've got to move, to get the octave, you've got to go a fret further along. So it's the way the guitar's tuned in. So that would be the root, the 5th, the octave. And then on the E, you'd have the root, the 5th, and the octave. So I've explained that in all the previous videos, so if you want to look back on that. So then you'd have this kind of sound. If a chord is major or minor, you can always use that root, 5th and octave. Now I'm going to introduce the 3rd, and the 3rd is the note which tells you whether a chord is major or minor, depending on whether you play a major 3rd or a minor 3rd. And a major 3rd is a 4-fret gap, so if we were on, say, the 3rd fret of the thickest string, a major 3rd from there is 4 frets along, so 3 to 7. So if I find there is an A note on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, and there is a D note on the 7th, and an E note on the 9th. So if I play a root, then a major 3rd from there, so remember, major 3rds are 4-fret gaps. I've got A on the 2, D on the 7, E on the 9, so I'm going to go 4 frets from each one, so it'd be like, and then the D would be, E would be, back to D, and then I could put this kind of now I can make it a bit easier because that same note, 4 frets along, is the note directly below the next string, so you get this kind of thing. So that is outlining the chord progression. So quick recap, that is an A, that is a D at the 7, that is a E at the 9, and then from each of those notes I'm playing a major 3rd, which I could do on the same string 4 frets along, or the same note is directly below. So that will be roughly our guitar part. Okay, onto the bass. So again, again, quick recap, the chord progression is 2 on A, 2 on D, 2 on E, 2 on D. So in simplest form you could just do the open strings. A, D, D, E, E, D, D, A, D, D, E, D, D. And then we can do, as an improvement on that, we can add the major third. So the major third, same as on a guitar, it's 4 frets along. So you could go on the A, and then O4 on the D, O4 on the E, O4 on the D, so you go. Now the fifth, we're going to add a fifth in here as well, on one of the strings. So remember the fifth, same as on a guitar, it's 7 frets along. So from that open plus 7, obviously 7. So on the A string we're going to go root, which is the A, then the major third, and then the fifth. So it's going to be, and then on the D string we're going to go root, third, root, and then we're going to go root, third, fifth on the thickest string, the low E, and then root, third, root on the D string. So this is going to be our bass part. Okay, onto the keyboard. So yeah, a recap, chords are A, D, E, D. So on the keyboard, remember dog in the kennel. So if we're after an A, D, E, F, G, then A comes after G. So A, B, C, D, E, D. So that's in its simplest form. And I've been mentioning thirds throughout this video. Same thing applies for keyboard. Count 4 notes long. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's your third. And then from the D, count 1, 2, 3, 4. There's your third. Then your E. 1, 2, 3, 4 is there. So that is going to be the main part of our keyboard part, is just the root and the third. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And at the very end, I'm going to put this note in, which is on the actual song, kind of. So our keyboard part is going to be. So yeah, there's the keyboard bit. Okay, finally onto the drum part, and it's a fairly basic drum rhythm, or the way I'm playing it's going to be anyway. So the hi-hat is going to be doing eighth notes, like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and between the bass and the snare it's going to be like 1, 2, 3 and 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So together it's this kind of thing. 1, 2. Actually getting better at this. Okay, I've recorded our instruments, and with any luck they will sound okay when I put them together. Let's see.